Today we're going to be doing a bacteria swab experiment to find out where bacteria grows in our house. So I want you to think of an area or item in your room or household that you would like to swab, and I want you to make a hypothesis regarding which item or area you think will have the most bacteria. So think about which areas people touch the most and which would have the most exposure to germs. So today for this experiment we're going to be using potato slices, which are prepared by an adult. So you want to pre-prepare those before you do this experiment. You're going to need some cotton buds that are clean and a permanent marker or a Sharpie so that you can label your potatoes accordingly. So before we swab, it's really important to use a clean cotton bud. If we use a dirty cotton bud, then the results for our experiment won't work. And you want to make sure that when you hold the cotton bud, you hold it in the middle, because only the tips of the cotton bud should be swabbing our item and then immediately swabbing the potato afterwards. So for today, I'm going to show you, I'm going to be swabbing a keyboard, and then we're going to swab it across the potato labeled number 3. And I'm also going to swab a phone, and I'm going to swab on number 4, and we're going to see how much bacteria grows. Here I'm swabbing my keyboard, and you just want to run the tip of the cotton bud over a few of the keys for a few seconds. And then we're going to take that, and we're going to rub that across the potato slice. So I've just swabbed my keyboard, and now I'm going to take the cotton bud and I'm going to swab across the surface of the potato. And you just want to make sure you cover the surface of the potato. And then we're going to go ahead and close that lid back up. So I've labeled this potato number 3, and I know that that is going to be my keyboard. I'm also going to be swabbing a phone, which I'm just going to go ahead and take a different cotton bud and swipe across the surface of the phone. So phones are a good one to swab because you touch your phone every day and your fingerprints get all over it. And how often do you really clean your phone? Well, we're going to find out in this experiment. So here I'm swabbing potato slice number 4 with the cotton bud that I just swabbed over the phone. And after I do this, I am going to close the lid. And as you can see, I've labeled this number 4. So now we need to incubate our bacteria and give them time to grow. So I'm going to incubate mine in the back of a cupboard, which is right by a fireplace. So bacteria like warm, dark places to grow. So we're going to check back on these potato slices in 24 hours and then again in 48 hours and see what the bacterial growth is. This was my potato labeled number 3, and as you can see, there is some growth on it, which means that this potato has bacteria on it, and same with number 4. So my iPhone and keyboard were definitely dirty and have bacteria on them. So here is another view of some potatoes that I prepared before, and these potatoes, as you can see, have bacteria growing on them, and I left them in for about 48 hours, and if you don't see results after 24 hours, put the potatoes back in their warm, dark incubation area, and check back on them in a few days and see what bacteria grows.